drinking a coffee. So yeah, for those of you just tuning in, I usually just let the stream run for a little bit to give people an opportunity to join. Have we collectively decided that the letter K is no longer needed? Well, at least you got the right username for that, Kruivose. Yeah, I think if some aliens are going to analyze my chat, there's going to be a suspiciously high number of K's turning up here, and lower than average number of C's, I suppose. Looks like I'm going to be stuck with naming my streams after quality content now for the rest of this playthrough. Even though we are pretty much, hopefully, going to be done with quality stuff after this stream. We did all the quality things. We have quality miners, quality mining drills making quality ore. We already replaced most mining drills with the rare quality miners. The ore gets neatly separated. This goes to Skience and this goes to a special smeltery where we are making... Here's the special smeltery, a bit overbuilt, I must admit. It's not entirely functional, but oh well. And here we are making our quality miners. At the moment we've got 95, about 140 quality miners. And we're still making more. I think every important ore patch has already been qualified. This is now a qualified quality mine. I think just the stone mines and the coal mines are not quality, but of course we will need a bunch more miners for blue signs. As for now, we've got a red chip set up. It is completely built for blue signs, but we only have enough resources to feed 2 out of the 3 lanes over there. So we need 7.5 belts of copper. We've got 5 currently, and we're just basically stashing up red chips at the moment. We've already got 334,000, as well as a bunch of quality chips, of course, because we are running quality modules and these as well for as long as we can, probably just about until blue signs is up. Then we're going to have to switch to efficiency modules. Of course we can build more power, but of course it's not about power, it's about the pollution cloud. We're already starting to get dangerously close to some of the biter bases on the map, which of course we cannot do anything about anymore. Certified quality. Yeah, I missed the opportunity to also change the Skience cost title of the stream. It looks like I didn't think far enough ahead here. Yeah, unsafe acronym. I didn't have the suffix to it originally, so I added a couple more K's to get rid of the triple K status. I don't think I can edit the YouTube stream title mid-stream, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. But the next stream should have the full K thing. Alright, last time we were thinking about blue signs, how to do it. I want to have blue signs with productivity modules, unlike yellow and green or red and green signs, which I've just got efficiency modules for, because they're not expensive enough to warrant the extra pollution cost for having all these assemblers running productivity modules, basically doubling the pollution for 8% extra science packs. And since these consume like 3 resources every 5 seconds, that's not really very efficient. Blue science, however, is a bit better, as that is twice as expensive compared to red and green science combined. So we're gonna put productivity in there, also to lower the oil cost and just the raw resource cost. It costs like 20 belts of raw resources to run chemical science at 900 SPM. Everything else, in case we are run short on copper, we are feeding in copper over here from that extra smeltery, and that keeps our science nice and steady at 900 SPM. It says 990, that's because we've already got the Quality 2 Mark 1 productivity modules in the labs, which have 5% productivity instead of 4. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite get us to 1000 signs per minute, but this is 1000 quality signs per minute. Just exactly not quite 1000. Okay, what's the plan for today? I think we're gonna start by making some more power, because we are kind of running on the edge of what we can do with our 3000 solar panels. On the other hand, we do have 400 steam engines, which can provide 360 megawatts. As you can see in the daytime, 360 and 180 goes up to 540. So we could just supplement. We have enough power during the night, 360 megawatts of steam. And we could just supplement a little bit of solar power during the day if we exceed 180 megawatts, just with using steam power in the day. So perhaps it's not too pressuring. Right, the main plan for today is preparing for blue signs. Originally I thought I was going to build blue signs over here and engines over here to fit in my weirdly shaped base over here. But I kind of changed my mind on that. I played around a bit in editor mode. I figured if I can pick up these engines and place them over here instead, in this outcrop, I can do the same for blue signs and place that down here. Blue signs is going to be a bit longer. So we've basically, let's mark everything for deconstruction for a moment. Let's grab all of that. If we place engines right here, let me switch on the chunk borders. If we place engines right here on the chunk border like so, then we can do the same for blue signs. And we can fit that in right here. It doesn't look like it fits. Yeah, I switched off my radar now. Okay, good luck trying to speed up the game anymore, looks like. Alright, so I can place my blue signs in this chunk instead. And that will fit if I just cut off the bottom part and then just glue some more of this on the end until I've got enough. I think it's a bit more, something like this it should be. So then I have this weird outcrop space optimized fully. Everything fits in exactly. And I will keep this space for other stuff because we still have plenty of stuff to build. So this can go. That will be freed up. And then this entire area will still be free as well. And I can make my pipes and gears down here. Feed them into the engines. Feed the engines into blue chips, blue signs. The red chips are being made right here. Those go in here as well. Sulfur is just a couple chemical plants. Not really a lot. I think like 4 or something. 4 chemical plants should do. Whereas we've got I think 180 red chip assemblers. We'll have 200 and something engine assemblers. The engine assemblers are also gonna get quality because engines are used for a lot of things. Mainly electric engines, which go into tons of things like the new stuff, the big mining drills, all the space stuff, the armors, the exoskeletons, as well as bot frames. So we can make some quality bots if we have some quality engines to begin with. It's probably a good call. But the problem is we don't have resources yet. But we need like almost 20 belts and we've got like 8. 8 of those are set up. We've got 5 copper and 3 iron. That is being smelted up here. And being brought back to the base. The problem is these are coal powered furnaces and they create quite a bit of pollution, as you might see. Whereas pretty soon in blue signs we've got available to us the electric furnace. Like we can literally research that right off the bat. In practice we'll probably want to fit in advanced oil processing first because it's cheaper and also that basically allows us to make twice as much petroleum gas out of our oil, which is kind of a hard bottleneck at the moment. So probably if we do it like this, we only need 325,000 blue sign packs to get the electric furnaces. I was thinking maybe we can sort of like go pure quality with a capital K and just not build engines properly. Instead, just leech resources of red signs, of red chips. Because we've already got a whole bunch of red chips, we've got over 300,000 of them. Which means I can basically make sure I have enough red chips, and then I can just redirect my iron belts over here for engines. Perhaps I can even grab this belt over here as well for engines. That's 4 belts. And then I just need steel. Which I also have prepared to stack up already last stream. Originally for the space platforms. But of course we can just enable this and use it for engines as well. So this should be used for space platforms eventually. Let's see, how much do we actually need to... Let's just imagine this. So we need 325,000 blue science packs. 1 blue science pack is 1 engine, so that basically means 325,000 steel. That's a lot of steel. And we also need 3 red chips for 2 blue signs. So that's in the order of 500,000 red chips. Okay, that's a lot. We will get 10% productivity on that though. No, that's not true. We will get 10% productivity twice. So actually we need a bit less. So maybe 450k red chips and 300k steel, something like that. Because the blue science assemblers will have productivity modules and the labs already do have the uncommon productivity modules, so we need a bit less. So it's basically 100,000 more red chips, which we could just keep on producing for now when we... And basically when that finishes we can... in the meantime we can do the engine stuff. We can build the engine stuff. And by the time that's ready, hopefully I'll have enough red chips. And then we can hook these iron belts up to engines. And we can start feeding out steel again for the engines as well. They also consume no coal, that is true. How far ahead are you compared to episode 3? Quite a bit. We are at 140 hours now. Maybe it's more visible if it's not on a red background, the red letters. 140 hours. Do you want to stay inside the marked area because of the green biter expansion chunks? Yeah, that is the main sort of it. So if you look around my base, normally if you build something, like over here we've built some stuff, and up to 2 chunks away of what you build, everything gets turned red. You can see that probably especially well around some mines over here. So we've built in this chunk, and now this chunk is red because of it. So we want to give the biters plenty of fake green chunks to expand into. So I want to... I guess it's not super critical that I conserve every chunk, but I want to conserve as many of them as possible. And if I would place a single entity up here next to my steam power plant, then suddenly all of these chunks in range will update. So I don't have anything on me, so let's just grab 2 of these. Just look at the minimap. As soon as I place anything over the border, deep red. Alright, so now all these chunks got updated and they count everything that is in a 5x5 chunk area. So all this stuff now counts towards these chunks, and I cannot undo that by deconstructing that. Unless I deconstruct everything here, my entire power plant, and then rebuild it, which I don't want to do. So I gotta be very careful to not disturb the force. As you can see, it is quite a big spot. If I would lose this entire area, it would be quite big. And there is some threshold where, like, the amount of green chunks available versus the amount of red chunks available, where red chunks suddenly become like 1 or 2 orders of magnitude more likely to be selected for expansion. It's really weird. So I gotta be very sure to keep enough of these green decoy chunks around at all times. I have started to expand on the water as well, with the full landfill chunks bordering on minimal landfill chunks to get rid of that hidden modifier for expansion chunks, so even when it's green, it is not really green unless it has a full land chunk bordering on it. So yeah, I want to prevent this basically, so that's why I want to basically keep these chunks green. I might consider like making this a bit wider. Maybe I'll belt stuff up here instead, because this is a little bit awkward. And this would be valuable real estate, which is already mostly red. If I do this, then we'll basically just lose... we'll just lose these chunks over here. This will get lost, these 7 chunks, but we would gain a lot more space. We would gain all of this space right here. So that might be worth it. That's a lot of real estate for us to build on. As well as this is kind of a tight choke point here. I cannot build in this chunk right here. And how am I going to get my iron belts through the engines? How do I get signs out? Etc, etc. It's going to be not possible to get that through here. So I think we got to widen up a little bit anyway. And as soon as I touch this chunk, all of these 7 are lost. So we might as well just claim this entire area then. Or this entire area. This could all be ours. Is there enough resources for accumulators? We haven't tagged accumulators yet. I'm thinking about it since the prerequisite for Fulgora. You have to have accumulators as well as the steel power poles to go to Fulgora. It's the only planet which has like specific prerequisites, if I'm not mistaken. So I know Glebber has landfill, but this landfill is just a little bit. This is a weirdly specific prerequisite. Of course, because it's required for the Fulgoran science pack, the accumulator, that makes sense. But it could just be a requirement for this. I don't know. We'll see. I think we should just get started. Alright. What is the plan then? Originally I had planned to go out and build more solar panels, but I think that can wait. As of now, we are not using 1 belt of iron over here. We've got 5 belts of copper matching up with 2 belts of iron. That's the correct ratio for red chips. So this iron belt will remain unused. So perhaps I can just temporarily start smelting that into steel until we've got engines set up. I gotta enable, this. I gotta enable the steel into chests as we're doing right here. And it looks like I'm also not really using this belt of iron right now. So I can also smelt that one into steel. Because it's gonna take a while to collect 300,000 steel. If you have like 180 steel a minute, which is like 1 belt of iron ore converted into steel. Let's say it's 200. Then it's gonna take 5 minutes for 1,000. 15 minutes for 3,000. 1,500 minutes for 300k. Okay, that's a long time. 1,500 minutes, that is 25 hours. That is crazy. Yeah, okay, we definitely need more than 1 belt of iron ore going into steel if we want engines anytime soon. So I think we'll at least try to double or triple that. Before we start to place solar panels. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. 403,000 advanced circuits, 269,000 steel. Alright, that's actually not too bad. It's lower than my estimations. I already have enough red chips then, almost. I think I had 340k or so. 346, yeah, I think we can let this run a bit. And maybe we can... yeah, I don't know. I don't want to set up 9 belts of iron smelting for steel and for engines, and then just replace it shortly after for electric furnaces. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, T-Rex. Let's do the hydrate and then we'll start. Thanks Redtop for the Prime subscription. I didn't hear the alert. Cheater codes answered the question a bit more briefly. Yeah, that's why. I could have done it like that as well. Going out on tangents is a trademark staple of this channel, so don't expect crazy amounts of progress. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. Just changing it over to electric smelting will be a pain, especially because the electric smelters don't have the same size. They are 3x3, whereas these are 2x2. These require coal. The electric smelters don't. It's a completely different build, basically. It's not at all like Mark 1 and Mark 2 assemblers or something like that. Alright, so how many chips do we actually have then? 327k. What does fit in these chests over here? We've got 8k per chest. I think in here fit 384k. Skience. Skience are these things. These are Skience packs. They are used to research technologies in the labs. Right. This is my inventory. I think first order of business, perhaps we need to bring all the good stuff again to the quality miners, so we can have more quality miners doing more quality stuff. And I think we'll set up that steel smelting we were talking about earlier. We'll keep 1000 plates here. Maybe 800 gears. Not really sure how much quality resources I should save still. Let's grab our stuff as well. We'll grab some more furnaces. I don't know exactly how many we'll set up. I think I might need some of these. I could set up some compact furnaces with the steel power poles, the wooden steel power poles, or uncommon quality ones. Yeah, we are pushing up on the 180 megawatt thing. Alright, so how many do we have? I think all my quality miners are in here. We've got 130 about. I think we'll just throw those in there. Gears and plates go in here. I think copper we have enough over here, but okay, this is not about to clog up, is it? Maybe I should switch this around. So technically the ratio is like 9 uncommons versus 1 rare, right? So I should change this ratio a little bit. I don't have chests on me right now. Alright, just making sure coal doesn't back up while we're out and away. Alright, so yeah, we are not using... I should have enabled this already. we are not using steel for anything and not using this iron belt for anything. Let's get that smelting. That will probably increase power again, as now a bunch of extra miners switch on. Car noise, you're in a van indeed, yeah. I'm in a city as well, so there might be some more sound around than usual. Right, how many steel have we got? 5.1k. I suppose we've got 32k more over here. So we could use that for the engines as well. Right, then where do I set up temporary steel? Technically we need like 24 furnaces to convert a belt of iron. I could set it up right here. It's next to the steel, but don't really have coal. I could leach coal off the furnace area here. Or perhaps I can just set it up like right next to the coal belt over here. 24, that does fit. I can do this belt of iron over here at least, and then we'll see if I do the red chip belt of iron as well. Yeah, let's start with that one. That is a good location for one belt at least. Must be so weird surrounded by all these resources knowing there's a shortage. Yeah, it is quite weird. Let's first design this before I build anything. Maybe it needs to be one tile to the right. It could be like this. Okay, that's why I brought these steel power poles. And I can power the furnaces on the other side as well. Whereas the regular power line does not reach. So then I can basically bring this iron down here. And then the steel out again, I suppose. I think it fits. Yeah, that would do the trick already. Okay, that is one belt of iron. Smelted into steel. Let's start it up. Yeah, stone and coal don't... I didn't actually calculate it, but that doesn't seem like a problem. I wanted to switch it on at the same time, but let's get rid of the blinking. Okay, that should work. This is just like a temporary line to get us the steel we need to get to electric furnaces. Basically a stopgap solution, hoping for the best. Alright, so this belt of iron then should come down here. And then the steel just needs to go up and join this belt, and that's all. Right. First step towards cheap electric engines or electric furnaces done. With 3% quality on the miners, isn't the ratio 33 uncommon, 1 rare? No, you get 3% chance to have any quality at all. So it's 97% normal, and then 3% is uncommon or better. So of that 3%, if we consider that 3% 100%, 9 out of the 10 are going to be uncommon and 1 out of the 10 are going to be rare. How far are you from electric furnaces? And theoretically 2 technologies. Theoretically 1 technology. We can just put it in the queue. The problem is we don't have blue sign set up. And we likely want advanced oil processing first, and that is even more pressing than getting electric furnaces, I think. So we'll just keep chugging away at the red-green technologies until we set up blue signs, then we'll just slot those in. And hopefully we can complete those. Let's just have them on the queue. These are not really important to have right now, but as I said, yeah, we don't have blue signs yet, so no real reason to not research red and green technologies right now. Right, then I got one more belt which I could temporarily convert into steel. We've got another coal belt here. This chunk is legal to build in. It does not fit a 24 line, but we can do like a double 12. Is this my only connection? It might be. I'm not great at redundant power networks, I must admit. Hey, thanks Oblue for the Prime subscription. Let's redirect more of Jeff Bezos' money. Yeah, that's always a good thing. Alright, so I guess we could just continue that coal belt, let it flow around the furnaces. Bring the iron in the middle. And we could use more of these to do the powering. They even stretch to the other side. I guess they are really exactly the same like steel power poles. So we could grab this iron belt then, because it's not doing anything. These chests are full. I guess they don't need to be full. I could let this fill up even more. Let's at least enable all of these. I could simply let these things overflow into this belt as well. So I don't activate this belt itself, so this iron stays available. And I can also fill up these chests. I don't know if they will fill up, but so for now I just need to grab this belt. That goes down here then. And that needs to go over here somewhere. all for some temporary steel. Maybe I'll end up spending more time doing this temporary steel than it would have taken me to just build the entire engine setup. With the just with the steel furnaces anyway. Alright, then output steel on the far side. Alright. 2 belts. I think we have 3 belts of iron and steel. 3 belts of iron into temporary steel. Alright, so we don't need to save up the full 300,000 steel if we keep this running. If we keep this running, during the Skience creation, of course, we have 3 of the 5 belts of iron we need, which are made into steel. Actually, no, that's not true, because I'm gonna need all of this iron to make gears and pipes for the engines, so I won't be having this iron into steel during the actual research process. So yeah, we do need to save up almost the entire amount. We will only have 1 belt of iron into steel, I think. Alright, and then this just goes also into here. Regular inserters make you feel weird. I just group them in 3 instead of 2. I don't know, it's a little bit more difficult to build, but it helps. For me it helps to identify how many furnaces are active, because they're like in groups of 3, and this also has the benefit that you can run an underground belt through the setup, which I sometimes do, especially in playthroughs where space is tight, like this one. That could very well end up happening. Thought quality was multiplicative. Kinda depends, I suppose. Looks like this one is not working. Oh, it is. It is just... oh yeah, all of them have products finished, alright. So maybe we just don't have enough ore. Can look that remotely. We've got radars and stuff. Alright, no, we don't have enough ore at all. These 2 belts are my iron and steel belts. So if I want temporary steel, there we go again, down the rabbit hole. Quickly just set up some steel smelting. We need more iron then, if we want to also smelt steel, because now all of this is going to green Skience. To keep that at full speed. And we barely have any ore to spare. So I suppose... yeah, these furnaces are basically idle. My extra smelteries, they're feeding out the 100 iron plates that were in there. And that's it. So it's gonna be useless unless we get extra iron. I suppose that one is an easy one to connect. Do we lose a lot of chunks doing that? No, actually only 1. I think. No, 0. These don't have the value of 1, so these are already tainted. They are tainted because of these couple pipes over here in this specific chunk. That is why these chunks are now lower in value. So we can build out this iron mine, this will just become red, but these 1.0s won't be affected. Alright, I suppose we're building an iron mine then. Let's bring some stuff then, like belts and whatnot. Yeah, quality power poles, man. We don't have steel power poles, but we do have steel power poles. That's actually quite nice. I think the walking outside of the space platform has been fixed. Like in version 2.0.24 already or something. I remember reading about it. If you still want to do that, you just need to download an older version of Factorio, and then you can still escape the rocket pod just before you enter the space platform. Okay, what else do we need? We need some miners. I think we should just keep like one of these stacks of power lines on us. I don't think we'll need the rare ones anytime soon. Bells. It's not very far. We just need the miners, so we need to pick those up at the mining area. Why is that over there? What have I been making here? Modules. Could be making more red chips with these quality plastics, quality copper cables, and quality green chips. For now, let's not worry about it. I don't know, the Mark 1 quality modules kinda suck. The quality modules have a very different progression than the other modules. So basically, normally the tier 2 module is not great in terms of, like tier 1 is pretty good, tier 2 is expensive and a meh upgrade, and then tier 3 is very good again, but with quality that's not the case. So I got productivity plus 4%, then it is plus 6, which is better, but just a little bit. And then this is plus 10, so that is a lot better again. With quality it goes from plus 1, and then it doubles to plus 2, so that's basically twice as effective. That is a really big jump. And then the tier 3 kinda sucks, because it's only 2.5 after the 2. So a little different at least. Let's pick up the rare miners as well. Okay, 160 drills. Oh, I forgot, we also need the quality modules in there. Can I still speed up? I can still speed up a bit. But then you have quality quadrille module. Yeah, that's true. The quality does... It's actually quite nice to have the quality Mark 1 productivity modules, because they don't come with the downsides of Mark 2 productivity modules, which is the extra slowdown and extra pollution to a lesser degree. Alright, I don't know how many I need, but I have 3 stacks of miners. So that should probably do. So at least we are smelting this belt into steel. But we're hardly getting any steel from down here. A high quality one is better than a low quality tree. A legendary quality one is exactly equal to a quality tree. Common. The speed is the same. The higher quality tiers don't get the increased speed, like increased speed slowdown, like productivity. It is -5 for one, -10, and then -15. But if you look at this module, a legendary module has plus 10% productivity, which is the same as, also the same as the legendary, or sorry, as the normal tier 3, except the Mark 1 doesn't come with the speed penalty and such a high pollution increase. So that makes getting quality lower tiers better than some of the mid-tier ones. No, I don't agree. The tier 3s should be good. They're pretty hard to get, especially now in Space Age. All of these are just hidden behind space signs, but the tier 3 ones are all hidden behind a different planet. And all a different planet as well. This is speed modules are Vulcanus. Productivity is Gleba. These probably are... these are Gleba as well. Of course they are Gleba. And these are Fulgora. So it is quite hard to get to them, so it should be quite a reward to unlock them, I feel. Okay, let's just start from a blueprint. Okay, we gotta take the cliffs into account. Alright, there's a tiny bit of ore outside of this range, but we can deal with that. That's kinda okay, I think. Approximately 70 miners, 74. That should be enough for... it should be enough for 2 belts. Okay, one of these just has to get pushed back just a little bit. Alright, let's delete the nonsense miners. Thanks, hey, it's all boy. Thanks for the 14 months. Can't believe it has been this long already. Thanks, man. Alright, I guess we're putting down the quality miners. I don't know what I'm doing. And of course we should always put down the power network first. We need some power lines in front here as well. And we're also putting the quality modules in these. As long as we can afford it, pollution-wise, power-wise, we'll use quality in the miners instead of efficiency. That has changed my default approach to the game, I suppose. Normally, I always put efficiency in the miners. It's just such a big reduction in pollution. Speed is hardly worth it because they're running out anyway, and productivity is also not really worth it for mining drills because it only applies additively to the technologies, whereas the technologies don't have any negative side effects like the modules do, like slowing down and increasing pollution. I'm putting down the wrong miners again. Why do I even have normal quality miners on me? That is a good question. Okay, I missed 2 of them. Right there, all the way on the other side. Missed some quality modules as well. It's not very qualitative. Alright. Let's make a blueprint and we'll just do the math. 71 miners, 213 modules. Okay, that is everything in there. No standard miners. All of them are rare quality and all of them have modules. Alright. Good. Alright. We should sort out the quality ore first again. Do we really need to make this into... Do I really need to make this into, what's it called? 4x4? No, let's just do this and call it good. And that should just feed into here, I suppose. Maybe we can also feed it into here. I'm kinda always noticing that these belts are much more heavily drawn upon than these. Perhaps I also want to just do something like this, so we can have a bit better. Yeah, this is now no longer being obstructed to being one belt for left and one belt to right. I think that should help a bit. It's obvious that it does because this is suddenly empty, so that is a good sign. Alright, so I guess I will just no, we should make this a proper 4x4 splitter, I realize now. Except we'll have output priorities, and the output priorities just go to feed in over here somewhere. Yeah, let's just bring it all the way down first. Just a quick miner. Just a quick miner, don't overthink anything, you know. Alright, so the output priorities should then be on the other side. On the outside, those belts go straight into here. And I suppose one belt needs to feed into the nearby one into the far away one. We'll have input priority on whatever comes in there. Okay, and that should already work. I think we can power the miner now. We need to power it from the bottom power line. Annoyingly. It's gonna be annoying no matter where I go, it looks like. So... Alright. Radars and base. And I still need to do the quality thing before I switch it on, so let's also do that. Let's have it go straight through here. And that just has to go on the far side of this belt. So basically that means we want to side load it. Then it will be on the left side, and then we can basically join it in with a splitter here. Let's make sure nothing goes on the left side. Right, now we're ready to switch it on. I suppose we should call this then really 3 belts of iron into steel. Because now we've got the miners to back it up. Have you ever played Factorio after a few too many drinks? And basically then loaded up the game where bells were all misconnected and everything had turned into unintentional sushi? No, never. How would you even get that idea? Where is the quality? The quality is in the miners. And in the content. Right, so it looks like it's working. Yeah, we have slightly more than 2 belts because we've got 74 miners, or 71 miners. They're a bit slower, but we've got mining productivity 1 already. Kind of balances out a bit. It's not quite compressed belts, I think. Yeah, just kind of... whenever something goes somewhere at the same time, if ore ends up here at the same time, it will go in both belts and not wait for filling in a gap of some sort. So I think that's fine. We don't really need like compressed belts of iron as long as we are doing all of this. I think this is just gonna back up eventually, especially if I get rid of this. That is some old contraption. And I'll just hook those two belts up in here with input priority from... Yeah, this thing was actually part of the splitter. With input priority from what was on the belts already. Alright, that is a beautiful contraption. What do you do to open the debug screen with the gaps in the belt? Basically F4 opens the options menu and then you can search for gaps, show transport line gaps. That shows all the gaps in the belts. Alright, so are we already exceeding 180 megawatts? We are. So we are now using a little bit of steam during the day as well. That is fine. At least we are starting to collect steel for our blue science projects, and we can basically fake it until we make it. Fake it until we unlock the electric furnace. And then we just have to build the steel smeltery and the engine iron smelteries once. 9 belts of iron, which we don't need to rebuild. Which I think is worth it. And we can start blue science a lot earlier, I think. Alright, so this should start filling up then. Like you can see, this is the old state. Hardly any steel, hardly any iron going into the steel. Soon should be coming in the full belts of iron ore. Soon is... Well, it is yellow belts soon, there it comes. So old situation, this is what we had. New situation. Nice. I'm gonna just watch that flow in from over here. Watch it flow to the steel. At 2 times speed, it will be like a red belt, and I can grab myself a coffee and re-chat a little bit. Fake it till you break it. Thanks Himmel Street for the Prime subscription as well. I think my sound effects are off or something. I don't know what's going on. Keep missing him. One miner is not working, alright. Quality landfill. No. The quality, I hope that is not true. The quality splitters are the wrong way around. Well, it's too late now. Everything is a mess if that's true. I think we're good though. Can you save and break 1 pipe for fun? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. You cannot put quality in beacons. I think no, that is true. Alright, here we go. We're getting a full belt of iron into here, except part of it is going to the base. What are we doing at the base? Nothing, we're just filling up this belt. No, we're doing something. Ah, we're making more gears. Alright, yeah, we're using that iron to fill in the gears for red signs, so the quality does not affect our signs per minute. So that's alright. So not quite full belts going straight, but it will be most of a belt. And the steel smeltery is fully active now as well. Alright, so if we now look at steel, there we go. We go up from 190-ish a minute to about 500 a minute. That cannot be. Can that be? Yeah, 180 times 3 is up to 540. I thought we were stuck at 480, but it's 540 if everything works. 500 steel a minute. That is much better. Then it takes 6 minutes to do 3000 steel. Which means that 300,000 steel will take only 10 hours. Only 10 hours to gather enough steel for electric furnaces. But yeah, electric furnaces itself is still quite a ways away, and we have plenty of technologies to go through. We are researching at... Basically, this is a 4-hour technology by itself, if we are going 900 SPM. And this is a 4-hour technology, etc. So this together is 4 hours. So I think that's actually going to line up pretty nicely. Right, you can see steam engines are a little bit active during the day, but that's fine. I want to do something on the red chips end as well. For now, my plan for quality materials backing up is just emptying the chests by hand. I'm not gonna run quality forever. I think at some point I'll have to switch to efficiency modules. Just for the pollution, to keep that under control. Because as soon as we start doing actual blue signs, we're going to be creating even more pollution. Especially because the blue signs assemblers, over 200 of them, they all will have productivity modules. So that's a lot of pollution added as well. And we still need to mine iron and smelt iron somewhere. I know we've got some iron over here, which we could use. And we also got some iron over here, good iron. That might be our engine sources, all on the bottom side as well. We could do these smelting somewhere on the way. It doesn't have to be in our base. Similar for red chips, we've been doing smelting out here. We can just do steel smelting somewhere on the way, and we don't even need coal, so it can literally be anywhere on the way. We just gotta find a location that is not inside of our walls, but still far enough away to not pollute any of these biters. Guess we'll worry about that a bit later. Right, so I want to fill up all of these chests. So we keep output priority going straight. I do not want to switch on this belt, even though there are a couple nice quality chips laying on the end of it. Don't touch them. Don't touch them. Don't do it. We will just flip this belt. And then we can also lift the chest limits of these chests, I think. So we can basically fill all of this up. I want to do that as well because I now got a rare modular armor, which gives me 16 extra inventory slots. And as you can see, do we have 2 full chests somewhere? Let's just fake 2 full chests right here. Right, so this chest is full, this chest is full. I can carry exactly 2 full chests with this rare modular armor. And that's only true because we have not researched tool belt. Probably the only playthrough where we have rare modular armor before having the tool belt technology. But probably we're not even gonna research tool belt. But I can move two of these chests at once now, exactly. So that is nice. Another reason to have the full chest limit over there. Yeah, we are close to blue signs, close-ish, I would say. Have you decided on the next planet yet? No. Let's get rid of some of these older things. Gonna have to redo that anyway. Alright, so now then we basically have to not build... wait, I forgot something. We have extra ore in here. 2.3 million is in there. Could have been 2.4, I don't remember. I'm gonna assume it was 2.4. And we're gonna add ourselves 1.2 million quality ore with the rare quality miners. This patch is now worth 3.6 million. 3.5, I suppose, but let's count positively. That means we're up to 9.1 free iron because of the quality. Not bad. Given that it cost us less than 4. Alright, I was gonna break a pipe and see what happens. Let's save here. What is next? I think I'm gonna do that from editor mode. Because I will just die if I do it not from editor mode. Let's just go over to the one and only true base. Just a tiny one. We are not having pipes to protect those, but lights. Let's switch off one TV and see what these biters do. Immediately start spawning. They're probably gonna be called to an attack group soon. If I was there, they would be attacking me instead. So now they're just gonna gather up until they decide they have a big enough group and then just attack a random part of my base. At least they are not yet getting locked in the infrastructure themselves here, which means they start breaking more and more pipes. We could also simulate that happening, likely, if I do this. Okay, that guy now wants to get out, but he cannot, so he's gonna bite his way through. That's gonna unlock more nests. Those guys are gonna be angry as well. Okay, they can find their way out, but yeah, that would not be great, especially because since I can. Let's test out the flamethrower. Yeah, no. I should have put something on my bar to block off the biters. Like, do I have anything tangible? Like, not really. Just, I guess pipes, but that's not really gonna help. Alright, so theoretically I should be able to take on those. Well, the pipes are not really... Maybe I should carry around some walls for this. Yeah, maybe the forest will save me. Pumps! Okay, the biters are going in the forest. They are setting the forest ablaze. But it looks like I escaped through the forest at least. And the behemoths have perished actually. So theoretically, it should be enough to just one-tap them with the flamethrower. If I would have gotten uncommon flamethrower fuel. So let's try it out. Oh, there's a big group already. I was too slow. Okay, let's see. These guys which are on fire should be on fire for half a minute, which should almost kill them, basically. Almost, but not entirely. Yeah, he's barely survived with like a fraction of hit points. Alright. How hard is making a video on Factorio? It is harder than this playthrough is to play, to be honest, to make a video from this one. So those guys die because they have 3000 hit points, they are on fire for 30 seconds with 100 damage a second, and they don't have fire resistance. If I got uncommon flamethrower fuel, they would be on fire for 39 seconds, which means I can one-tap them. Perhaps I should do that, because it looks like I cannot really stay close by enough to actually... I cannot really stay close by enough to keep firing at them. Alright. I think we're going to be placing some solar panels next. We need more power. We need to match the daytime power with the nighttime power before we can do anything noteworthy. So let's just get rid of stuff we don't need. We're going to collect some solar panels and we're going to build stuff. Alright, I'm just going to stash my inventory in one of these chests. Okay, the rest is alright, I think. Get rid of these miners, the normal ones. Alright. Did you decide on how to make this challenge more difficult? I have an idea, but I'm not sure it's viable yet. I'm still haven't fully worked it out, and I don't really want to talk about that beforehand, so the exact same challenge doesn't get sniped again. Speed times 2 all the time. That would make it a lot more difficult for me. After batteries, will we switch off steam power? Don't know. I don't think so, not anytime soon. I think the steam power is actually... well, it depends. I don't want to break it down because I just like how this is the coolest steam power plant I've ever built, I think. Especially since it's like perfect ratio as well. Originally the bottom part was not included. It could consume exactly 3 barrels of coal, produce 180 megawatts. Now we've just doubled the steam engines. It can produce 360 megawatts. The boilers can only produce 180 megawatts, but they only are active during the night. So during the day they can fill this tank, and during the night it can supply twice the amount of power the boilers can produce, because we are running on solar power. So basically this is our accumulator right now. It is in our base though, so we might want to get rid of it eventually to make space for, I don't know, low density structures and rocket silos and rocket fuel and all that stuff, which probably needs a ton of space as well. Alright, so I now have 3000 solar panels, which do 180 megawatts. So in order to match steam, we need to build another 3000, which I've got over here. I got a blueprint for that from the earlier session. That thing is 20 power lines and 20 solar panels and 6 power lines. So we're gonna need 900 power lines, I suppose. Which is most of these. Space for 3K panels, yep. But can I fit 6K panels in here? That is the question. Suppose we can place a couple more on this side. We're limited at the bottom. I think we can just sacrifice this forest. This forest is never going to absorb pollution. If this forest is absorbing pollution, we are in trouble, because that means these vital bases are also absorbing pollution. So we can just get rid of that. We need more grenades then, because there's no way in heck I'm gonna chop all of that. Right. So we've got... What do we need from our regular inventory? Let's bring raiders. We'll bring 20 raiders and 20 solar panels to match that up, as well as a stack of extra power lines. Steel chests, the grenades from here. Gun turrets to defend ourselves. I think we're done with the gun turrets, really. Or are we? Yeah, I think we are. We are done with the gun turrets. Let's not walk around with the flamethrower in our base. That will definitely go wrong. No modules, no miners. Repair packs, perhaps. Yeah, I don't think we need anything else. We will just connect all the panels to this, so the grid will be complete. I don't know, maybe we'll bring some walls. It's a long walk, so I want to make sure I have everything. It would not hurt to have a couple more steel chests. We're gonna be chopping a lot of wood. More grenades here, more grenades. Probably we don't need that many, but we have the space. A landfill seems unlikely, let's take it anyway. Alright, let's not take more. I think we're... Go expand solar. And then we can start thinking about the blue Skience build, I suppose. Yeah, I got stuck in the same thought pattern of how do I get uncommon quality power poles if I cannot have uncommon quality wood, since I cannot recycle the wood. But yeah, you can just gamble for better quality power lines by using default power line recipe and just put quality modules in the assembler, and you have a tiny chance to get some uncommon ones and an incredibly tiny chance to get some rare ones. But if you make enough of them, you will get some. That is how I got mine. At some point we gotta delete all of those old pipes as well. I think it's all gonna be post blue Skience stuff. Then we have plenty of time. Once we build blue Skience, then we don't really have any new builds to make. Well, we will have new builds to make, but not the same order of magnitude ones. So we'll probably have a lot of time to do map management things around that time of the playthrough. No. I want to clear that up. QV Boy was the original, at least as far as I know. People have done it before him, but as far as I'm concerned, he was the inspiration for my own run. I just didn't want to do exactly the same run as he did, so I tried to come up with an even more insane twist, which was the hands clean achievement. But we've all got QV Boy to thank, or to blame for me playing this run. Okay, how much could I fit next to here? Oh, I should not have left behind my gun turrets. We've got the flamethrower. Let's go mano a mano with the spitter base. Okay, there's no biter base in range. These walls are only used to block off this specific spitter nest. I can place like 3 lines of these blueprints here if only those walls would not exist. We can just put solar panels on top of them. Alright. Let's see how many fit here in general. I do not want to block myself from walking next to the cliffs. I think that should be fine. That is about... That's 857, so that's about a third. I suppose this one could be filled in completely. That would get us up to almost 4k. The rest will have to be... Can we fit like 2 times this amount up here? Maybe. I think it should fit. Barely. We're gonna start with this side though. Alright. So, unfortunately, I did not bring my turrets, which could have easily handled the spitters. I should probably make a save here. I do not want to walk all the way back. Playing with fire, literally. It isn't the right place, right? I don't know how no guy spawned over there. Maybe we'll get lucky. Sometimes they spawn the first tick. Okay, we got lucky. Okay, so now we're blocking the nest with the solar panels. I have to remember that I cannot deconstruct these ever. Alright. How much wood do I have at the base? I'm just thinking, the only way I can get more of those uncommon power poles, which are pretty handy, actually, is to chop wood and gamble for quality power lines. I've got a full chest and a little bit. I think one full chest got me this amount of uncommons and this amount of rares. So maybe we will chop a couple more a couple more pieces of wood here. We can speed it up a bit. Maybe I should be chopping the wood instead of grenading it. How unkillable are the biters at this point? I can handle a couple manu a manu if I'm prepared, which I'm probably not. But I cannot handle like pollution triggered attacks. That is not gonna work out. It will take me more time to deal with the first attack than it will take the second attack to form and also come into the base. Especially if it's gonna be from more than one direction, then I'm toast. Yeah, the downside of the electric furnaces is gonna be... I'm gonna need a lot more power. Even if I efficiency module them. But I want to quality module the steel ones because I'm quite severely lacking in like quality. I don't want to use my rare quality iron to make rare quality steel. And we're gonna need a lot of rare quality steel to make all the like personal equipment and the bots and robots and whatever needs to be in high quality. It's all gonna require a lot of steel. Okay, let's try to go double speed here. Super steel X. Quality X we've got now. Look at this thing rip through the forest. I did bring the grenades, but I want the wood. I just decided I want the wood because I need like a chest of wood for like a couple stacks of steel power poles, like the fake steel power poles. And if I will be using the uncommon power poles, I only get like a handful of those per chest of wood. And I cannot recycle, so this is the only way. I gotta chop my wood and then gamble for quality power lines. So that's what we're doing. At least we got a quality steel axe. That thing chops twice as fast as a regular steel axe, as you can see. Alright, let's check the rest of the area. Yeah, that's mostly clear. Okay, we gotta be a bit careful, there's biters down there. There's half a chest filled with wood, stone and coal. Let's reinstate the blueprints here. We'll also have to get rid of this radar, I suppose. It means our radar grid is gonna disappear. Unless I put a quality radar down, I suppose. I could do that to fill in the gap. For now though, I'm just gonna put this at the side. And we will not have perfect vision, but I could replace it for 2 radars actually. Maybe that's the way to go. We can put one on this biter base here, why not? I did bring extra radars just for this case. Alright, and then we're just missing like a single chunk in the middle of the solar farm somewhere. That is okay. Quality humor. It's always fun if people are just joining in right at that moment. You know what's not fun? Placing 3000 solar panels by hand would probably qualify as being not very fun. See if I still remember how to do it. There was some like zigzaggy pattern to do it with. Oh yeah, I remember them. I used the Hendrix hand feeding strategy for which I use for the assemblers. Right. So it basically is we gotta first place the power network before we get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, I placed the solar panels like 8 wide, where I can exactly reach them, and then I can just swing left and right like I was hand filling my hand feeding assemblers. Still haven't got them all. Some people say that's why this playthrough is taking so long. I cannot believe we lucked out with the spitters not spawning after I forgot to take gun turrets. But basically this, as soon as I decided I didn't need gun turrets anymore, of course you need them like literally in the next action you want to do. Quite happy with how this blueprint turned out. It's quite easy to build, which was the goal of this blueprint. Not the most space efficient one, but one which is easy to build by hand. Okay, not bad. Have you considered the research speed to make the labs faster? It would be easier actually. I originally didn't consider it, since I built this thing already. It is calibrated for end game 60-second technologies at 900 SPM. So quality labs wouldn't really help. I could delete a part of the setup, I suppose. But I would need less of these better modules if I had less labs. So that might be a reason to do it. Alright, let's see. We'll fill in this one. Then we'll go to the Hendrix hand feeding method. So basically 4 solar panels. Walk against it. Now we can reach exactly 4 here. And we should be able to just swipe in a straight line, which I'm a professional at, as we all know. I just gotta think like a dot matrix printer. Line by line in straight lines. Yeah, I'm not great at straight lines. It would help me tremendously if I could switch that belt locking on for other things like pipes and solar panels. I don't think that's an option that's going to be integrated in the game soon though. People are counting my misplacements again. I think what's going on in chat. Alright, I'm gonna make your life miserable now. There's no way you can count that so fast. Oh, we made it. Oh, at least 40. It doesn't count, at least. You gotta say it exactly. That is not a misplacement. That's a misplacement. Okay, let's go from this side 7. The only thing about this blueprint, it is not 8 solar panels wide, so the regular pattern is not repeating every 8 solar panels. That makes it a bit harder to place. Maybe these short lines will be better for me anyway. Apparently not. This method would be great if someone competent was doing it. Yeah, then it would work like this every time basically. Like that, not like that. Not Oh, look at that precision. Right, now we just got a tiny bit left here. So again, I think we just do 4. Then I cannot misplace them even if I wanted to. That's just the game not keeping up with my insane speed, that misplacement. Goes better when I don't talk. That goes in general for playing this game, I suppose. But the shorter lines do seem to do it for me. Kind of. Right, let's figure out. We've got placed about 1/3 of the panels. Let's see what misplacement count we're up to. Okay, people have given up. Okay, that is good news. People have given up. 53. I don't believe that. No way. Bottom right corner missing. Ah, okay, we are there now. Alright. I suppose we are not gonna go in here, there's cliffs here anyway. These biters are still mostly the early game, which cannot exist anymore, but they still do. Small biters. We've got the entire family here. Small, medium, big, and behemoth. Oh god, the battery is pretty far down. Alright, I should probably not stop next to these behemoth biters, maybe I should walk a bit further. Does 1 too far count as a misplacement? If so, 60. That is way too specific to be a lie. You know, I probably should not deconstruct these pipes here. Because that might enable some more of those green chunks, and they will expand to these green chunks, because these are just regular green expansion chunks. If I delete all my pipes here, this has to stay red. So basically, I should not... If I deconstruct all these pipes first, the biters might settle here while I try to build my solar panels. So that is not a great idea. Alright, get up and stretch. I'm gonna do that first. Placing more solar. And I also got to do something with the battery. In the meantime, we can just look at the nighttime signs, I suppose. Labs are still looking shiny as ever. If they settle, they won't decide to settle in the solar field because we've placed so many entities there. All the solar panels and power poles count like... Each and every one is like a deterrent to local enemy expansion. So it's highly unlikely they'll settle into an area where I've built a lot of stuff. Probably less than like 1 in a million that they will settle on the solar panel. Alright, so there actually is, I do not really want to talk about the details because it's kind of a not very fun exploit. It was discovered by one of the viewers. Are we winning? Hey Dosh. About the same as last time, I would say. But if we look at the expansion chunks, the color is only one thing. The actual values are what decides the chance, the relative chance. And you can see these fully built chunks are less than 0.001 or less than 0.01, whereas even chunks right next to the byte bases themselves, even the chunks with the byte bases themselves are like 3 times higher than my solar panel chunks. So it is extremely unlikely they'll ever try to settle there, especially with our decoy chunks, which basically are selected all the time. Except when I'm looking for the blinking chunk, I suppose. Alright. So I should probably first force build the blueprint, put the power network in place, and only then deconstruct the pipes which prevent the biters from expanding here, or you just will see that I get unlucky enough to get a biter expansion coming my way exactly when I cannot afford it. There's a lot of forest. I'm not sure I'm gonna chop all of that. There's a bunch of raiders in the middle there as well. How many do I even need? I need like 2,000 more or something. That's 1,000. We can come down a bit more. We are about 2 chunks away there. I probably don't want to go much lower than... Is this too close by? That is a bit scary already. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Let's first see if I can just fit it up here all. How far do I have? I want to go here with all my resources, the oil route. So I suppose all this forest can go. That's about 2k, so that should be good. If I make a blueprint of all of this. How many do we have? 6.1k-ish. Okay, so slightly too many. Maybe we can go down a bit. Alright, so we'll first do this then. That is definitely not enough, and then we can fill in the rest like precisely as per how we want to do it. I think I will need these, to be honest. That is exactly 2k, and we placed less than 1k so far. Apparently not. Alright, we'll just start placing this and then see how far it goes. Power network first, but we gotta get rid of the trees. I don't think I'm gonna chop everything. I just don't have the patience to do that. We're gonna chop around the pipes and the rest will just grenade. Okay, we got a technology. Suppose the rocks will have to chop. They're a bit hard to grenade, especially the coal rocks with their 2000 hit points. I didn't know how many hit points the coal rock has. I just knew it was a lot. I just looked at the mouse over on the right. I shouldn't have said that. Alright, that's enough to build at least the first part of power lines. Portable solar, yes. I have a dream of having like exoskeletons one day. And perhaps personal construction bots, although construction bots sound great. But without the speed upgrades, they're so horribly slow that it's probably just faster to build it yourself still. On the other hand, we could have like Roboport housed construction bots, and then it doesn't really matter how much time they take. As long as they got Roboport coverage, they'll build it. But for the personal construction bots, I'll have to wait myself. We'll see how that goes. Maybe it is worth it. I could use personal construction bots to pick up all the pipes between the trees, actually. That might be a way. That's a tiny part, so now I can deconstruct all of these pipes without the biters wanting to settle here, because now we got the power lines to lower the local expansion chance here. Exoskeleton is just a 50,000 science, a quick 50,000 science detour. So it's not too bad. Man, this is a large field. Just a quick detour, you know. Nothing too serious. Okay, against the fourth panel. There we go, you can start your counters again from 0. Oh, look at that. In the edit, I'm just gonna use that little part over there and then just paste it over and over and over again. So it looks like I'm placing them super accurate. Yeah, editing mic just needs one section where it is placed nice and good. I'm probably just gonna reload the save and then record it until I get a nice section. Because now it's night, it's also not a great clip. How did I place that one? Oh yeah. We're gonna do the shorter sections. Oh god. I have to not move my mouse up and down. I just need to walk up and down. I think that is the trick. I can probably make up a ton of other excuses why I'm misplacing so many, but the reality is I just suck. I just suck at this game. Oh. Just gotta find a zoom level and a horizontal swipe amount that is comfortable to use. So far no luck though. I missed one over there. Okay, that was the easy part. How many panels do we got on the network now? 4.6k. That means we're more than halfway. Only we placed 1.6k, only 1.4k left to go. 108. I'm not gonna download the VOD to count my mistakes. That is not my task. I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna turbo chop wood, I suppose. I think we should do it. Just do not deconstruct the pipes. Quality steel exits to go. Alright, 1 second. Alright. Back to chopping trees. Oh, at least we got a nice soundtrack under there. If we're gonna be addicted to those quality wooden power poles, this is the only way. What the heck is going on? Well, the series is called How Long Can You Play Factorio Without Playing Factorio? So we're doing all kinds of things which you normally don't do when playing Factorio, at least not when you're 141 hours in a challenge, with just chopping wood by hand. Biolabs are way too far off, way too much of a detour I think for anything fast. Nice area he chose, so many trees. That's a pretty forested map in general. I don't really have the locations for the choosing. It's gotta be outside of my base. And it has to be not infested with biters. Which pretty much makes this the only area, I think. Like the only large connected area at least. Could go fragmented, but I think I got it. I'm gonna come back with more stuff in my inventory than I left with. Folgore really wants elevated rails, that is true. I got by in the new player experience without. So I think with enough exploring it is possible to find plenty of landfill islands, plenty of islands which happen to be connectable by a roboport, but I'm not really sure I want to go for that. Yeah, Folgore first is like purple signs then to get the elevated rails. Elevated rails are of course a way more practical way to do Folgore than just trying to find a rare island that is connectable via roboport. More tree for the god of tree. We'll sacrifice all this wood to the tree of wisdom. I don't have a proper tree of wisdom yet this game. We've got like a tree marked, but actually I forgot to load after the break and I deleted my markers. Okay, we're almost full. Here's another 17 stacks. So I probably should start grenading soon. Alright, I'm gonna go mic off for a couple minutes while building this. Alright. I don't think I can carry much more wood anyway, so I think we're just gonna get rid of the rest. We do have slightly too many panels here, if I remember correct. It says 6,000, but it is more than that. Now it's 5.9. Okay, we probably are like 5 stems or so too far in here. Yeah, I think this is exactly 6k if I ignore the raiders. Now it's 6k if I miss one of them. Yeah, it's 5.999k. This blueprint now is exactly 6k. Alright, it's not very important, but it is. Of course, you know that. Alright, I've got some neighbors, so I need to be a little bit discreet at the moment. Thanks, Cogniferous, for the subscription, by the way. Alright, I just hope I don't end up with more stuff than I can carry back to the base. At least I'm far enough away from those biters in the south now. I cannot even see him, so we're good. Just put a chest up here. Right. More solar panels are fun. Let's go. The annoying part is I cannot really read chat during the building of this stuff. I just gotta keep my eyes on the screen like non-stop to not misplace stuff. Well, nobody said it would be fun, this playthrough. And easy. This challenge is much more like type 2 fun anyway. It is fun after you completed it, but not as much during the doing of it. It is very satisfying to see the things work though, after spending a lot of time on like designing and building everything at such a large scale. It is very nice to see stuff working out as intended, which is also a bit surprising. So far, in the entire playthrough, basically everything has worked out so far. Which is a little weird, not gonna lie. That shouldn't happen. It definitely did not go that way in the Ultimate Dead World challenge, for instance, where we carefully revealed the entire map with biters, leaving the quantum biters in their quantum state and then accidentally walking onto an unmarked patch of land and generating new biters without knowing it, which led to an unpleasant surprise right around my finales. That was when the whole finale fun started. The tradition of having more than one finale to the series was partly caused by that mishap over there. That added a bunch of time and story and drama, I guess, to the entire thing. Alright, that's all the power placed. I've got a stack of power lines left, so that's great. I intend to make a supercut of this series as well. I think it will even fit in YouTube's 12-hour video length. Because now we're not making a lot of progress really in the video series so far, as there's a lot of explaining to do about all the weird strategies we're using and how it exactly works, why we're doing things the way we are doing. But as soon as the playthrough actually starts, it is a lot more standard, I suppose. And there will be a lot less explaining to do once we actually start building a base. Maybe I should do it from the right side to the left, and the minimap is not in the way. The menu is going to be in the way anyway. Oh god. We will just do the last stretch the old-fashioned way, running back and forth. It's a bit more accurate. A bit. Tiny bit. New technique, more missed places than countable. If you make me laugh, I will misplace even more. I'm going to research construction bots. I even missed Doshington. I got so tied up in placing solar panels. Yeah, logic bots are the prereqs. I think I will go construction bots anyway. If only just for picking up all those pipes, which I thought I would never need to pick up anymore in the early game. Like these ones in the forest over here. Oh god. But now it turns out I do need to pick them up because I moved the walls outwards. And it's pretty difficult to pick them up without also destroying the forest. But construction bots could do that with surgical precision. Alright. 5,999. Let's make it scenic for editing Mike. There we go. That means 360 megawatts from solar and 360 megawatts from steam. Holy moly. We gotta place back those radars here. This was originally in somewhere in these chunks, I suppose. So let's place one back over here. I think I got a hotbar for that as well. And then perhaps one over here, and then we'll have full vision again, approximately. $163. I'm gonna believe that. Yet I never placed 6,000 solar panels by hand before. And I'm not planning to do that again, ever. We can probably get rid of these anti-expansion pipes by now. Where is my chest though? I had 2 steel chests with stuff. One is right here. I think we barely have the capacity to bring everything back to the base. Oh, hello biters. I didn't zoom out enough to see those. Those could have been a problem. Actually, I'm pretty close in. I'm not in attack range, but not too far off there. Anti-expansion solar panels, yep. Okay, here we don't really need to care about the forest so much. All the power still flows through a single wooden power pole here, not even a quality one. The other stuff was sitting somewhere over here. How many megawatts? We got 360 of solar for the day and 360 of steam for the night. Except it's only 180 megawatts of steam with 360 megawatts of steam engines. But we can buffer some steam during the day in some buffer tanks. Keep that going. I forgot to place the radars. Well, at least this technology is chugging along nicely as well. An hour to go on this one. Okay, so one over here and one in one chunk to the north. That should be good. Then we have full radar vision everywhere again. Except now, because now it's night. So now we are running the base on the steam power. You can see the steam power is doing approximately 1/5 or so of the total power. Is it though? Here it looks more like it's doing a quarter. Probably it's doing about a quarter of the power. So a quarter of the power comes from steam and 3/4 comes from solar, roughly speaking. Alright. That was solar panel session 2. I was hoping I did not need to do that, but well, it's 1,000 times science cost. What do you expect? You cannot run the base of like a couple 100 megawatts, I suppose. Okay, I read something about new nests, but fortunately... okay, it's not so bad as the single wooden power line. It's not so bad as in the 10,000 signs per minute mega base. Where we basically sent... what was it again? Like 70 or 80 gigawatts of solar. I think it was more than 100 during the day. Over 100 gigawatts of power through a single copper cable. Right. What's the next step? Now we have power again. Now we can spend it. Suppose we'll start on the engine stuff. Alright, let's check how has the steel been going. 60,000 steel. Oh, that is pretty good. That's almost enough already for advanced oil processing. Especially, it is enough if you count that we also got 32k in the base here, which we can just temporarily stack in there. Once we start researching blue science, we can of course switch this around and feed out the steel again to wherever it needs to go. How is our quality miners doing? Do we need to do anything about that? These two mines were the green signs, the miners for green signs. If we look over here, these belts should all be full. They are obviously not. The only reason we are not dropping signs is because we are artificially putting stuff on the belt here. It's not even staying fully backed up. But the 5.5 belts of iron which need to be full are still full. Suppose we could eventually connect this mine here as well. Okay, let's check the red chips then. 430k. Okay, that is enough for... Is that enough? 325, about 500k, but 20% discount. I think we have approximately enough red chips now. It's only the steel that we're missing. Thanks Flinkselsoul for the Prime subscription. I probably butchered that. Alright, so I think maybe it's time to start working on... I don't know, maybe we should go... I don't know what we should do. Let me think about it for a bit. Hey, thanks Campos PL as well for the subscription. You think I'll get the space before 200 hours? I don't think so. I think it'll take about 250. Or 210 to 230 apparently. If we can keep on researching and we don't get sidetracked too much into technologies which we don't really need, like this one, we should be able to leave around this time frame, given the amount of science we need to work our way through. But I'm kind of getting like sidetracked a bit in terms of technologies, permitting myself a couple luxuries, like the modular armor, and the exoskeletons are on the program as well. Because I've got more resources than I need now, slightly. Maybe not slightly, I don't know, everything. I think we got a lot more resources than we need. But I'm not entirely sure yet, if that's true. The more we get sidetracked, the later this leave day is gonna be. Okay, wait, this is a 15-second technology, so only half of the labs are active. Okay, that's correct then. We're going to Folgora. And it's unclear still. Right, let's bring home the bounties. The spoils. More wood, so we can gamble for more wooden power poles. I think we're gonna set that up real quick. You know, let's build out this area properly. We've got now a mix of assemblers. We'll spend the resources to make that into 8 rare ones. So I do have 7 of these. I can make 4 more of the quality ones. That means I need to match up these 4 assemblers with 12 circuits, 20 gears, and 8 steel plates. Okay, we can spend 8 steel plates. Alright. That should be our 4 assemblers. They will be ready in an instant. And at least now all of these are working at the same speed. Speaking of speed, I did not make yet the uncommon inserters. Maybe we'll make some inserters in there as well. Though we still got a whole bunch of them. We don't have too many of these though. Okay, we almost used no grenades. Just carry around a stack again. Alright, so do I do it quickly with the power lines or do I do it properly? Let's go take a look at what we have in terms of rare stuff. Especially rare miners. Make rare yellow inserters. Yeah, I looked at it, but they are not fast enough still. They go 484 degrees a second, which is slightly faster than a red inserter, 432. The blues do 864. So even a legendary yellow inserter is not as fast as a standard blue inserter, unfortunately. I don't think I can hold off on not researching blue inserters forever, but we're gonna make an effort to not research them as long as we don't really need to. Got sidetracked again. We were doing the rare quality dance. I want to see what I have before I decide how to make my power lines. Do I have enough copper cables? I would kind of imagine so. Oh, the plastics. You know, I think we're out of petroleum gas completely. Yeah, we are. Almost completely out of petroleum gas. That's interesting. I thought as long as there's anything in here, this acts like one entity and it will just pump at full speed. But this pump is only pumping at 185 a second, even though this pipe is almost entirely empty. So it looks like if this thing is not... This thing is only like 3% full or so. It looks like that somehow has to do with the pumping speed over here. So perhaps I have to pump out from several pumps simultaneously and then just join that up in order to draw this empty effectively. Because there's still like four of these tanks worth of petroleum gas into here. How is oil doing? Oil is at 10k. How are these things doing? 1300%, 500%. Alright, we installed the new pump jacks like 4.5 hours ago and it's declining again, which is of course expected. This was the first set. Then it was mining productivity bump over here, speed module bump over here. So now we have mining productivity, speed module, minimum infinite oil of 9.2k. And now we're going to add another step to that. And then we're going to put the next oil source on there as well, which is probably going to be this guy over here, I suppose. If we wait until these have reached infinite minimum production state, these were 20 pump jacks. Yeah, they were 20 pump jacks. So we can replace those for normal ones once they have reached the minimum, because then the resource drain is no longer going to matter, because there is nothing to drain anymore. And then we can just repurpose those same rare pump jacks on, I guess this one plus these 19 will make exactly 20 again. That might be a plan. The red chips, these chests are almost completely full, except for 2 chests or so. We're already side loading into these chests now. So I think red chip production won't have too long to go before that automatically stops. So I don't think I'm gonna fix the plastic situation now. It should fix itself. The tanks should be filling up again at some point once we stop making all the red chips. Alright. I did not bring my rare miner, so how many do I have over here? 91. And 150 something, so about 250. How many do I still need? I think I still need a lot, because we need to do 9 more belts of iron for engines. And we probably want another helper mine for a green sign soon, because this is starting to look pretty sad. This and this one combined. So we'll just let this rip for a bit more, I suppose. Let's put all the gears in there again. It really helps to put those gears in there, I feel. At some point I should stop mining quality coal, I suppose. Alright. There's nothing in there. We're gonna go to the red chips now. Maybe we'll wait emptying out the red chip stuff until red chips is completely finished. It's probably more than an inventory of quality stuff though, so let's grab it anyway. Right, not bad. The spoils of war. That's a lot of red chips in quality format. Only 300 rare ones though. Let's take a look. All of the red chips were made with quality. So 500k red chips have been produced in total. 2% quality on these assemblers, so indeed exactly 10k. Pretty much exactly 10k of those are uncommon. And we got 1000 rare ones. Have I gotten more lucky over this big of a sample? Oh wait, I think I made, that cannot be, I think I made some, I made a batch of extra quality red chips in my base already, because this is way too much of a statistical anomaly. I think I used this area already to spend like a chest of copper cable and some plastics to make quality red chips, the uncommon quality. Because this cannot be, that is insane. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, that ratio should still be that ratio should still be correct though. So this should be 9 times as much as this number, I suppose. But that's also not true, because if I made this quality with a chance for rares, the batch I made separately in my base will have had a 97%, no, a 98% chance to make these and only a 2% chance to make those from the ones which were made in uncommon quality, from uncommon quality resources. So I kinda messed up those statistics by doing it that way. Okay, there's more than an inventory for sure. Suppose we'll come back for the plastics then. Will you do 10,000 times science? No. I don't think it's possible. I think 1,000 times science is right on the edge of what is possible in terms of getting through the early game. Okay, chest sorting. Alright, so what I need 1 chest of this, 2 chests of this, and 1 chest of this to make more of these red chips with a chance to roll rare ones. So I suppose I'll collect some more. We are amassing those. at about twice the rate, which is expected, I suppose. Let's go grab the plastics as well. You need to change something in the... I think the default maximum, you cannot set it higher than... you cannot set it higher than 1000 times. If you set something higher, it will go back to the default 1000 times. Okay, we got 2 more chests of plastics over here. Gotta remember that. Maybe I'll just pick those up as well, but I have no idea where to stash them. Suppose we'll stash them maybe here, where the rest is stashed as well. Let's go pick it up anyway. I mean, that's what the rare quality armor is for, so I can transport 2 chests at a time. Alright. 1 second. Alright, I don't know for how much longer I can stream still because my van battery is basically dead. It was on 10.5 volts. Alright, let's throw that in there. I think we're not gonna make chips now. I am still kind of short on copper cable, so I'm just gonna make more in here. I have 2 chests full of wood, so I can convert 2 chests full of copper into copper cable, and then we can match that copper cable, the normal quality one, with wood for power lines. That's the plan basically. Alright. Then we can let this rip. I suppose this would benefit from more outserters. Even if just temporarily. Alright, that'll take a little bit of time, 6 stacks per assembler to go through. And then we can pick up the 2 chests of wood and make more power lines. And I don't know what we'll do with all of these. Maybe we'll just blow them up, because I cannot recycle them. And I'm not gonna ship them over to Volgora to recycle them. That's not very environmentally friendly either, I suppose. Alright, let's work on this area for blue signs in the meantime. I think we gotta clear up this area, especially this coal belt is going straight through the area where these assemblers are planned. I got my engine assemblers, which are gonna go right here. And then the blue Skience assemblers, which we still have to make a blueprint for. Got 248, I need 242. So I just do this and then just add a bunch to the back until I got 242. 252. Okay, that's 246. That is okay. So we got we will have 10% productivity bonus, but the machines will work 10% slower. But because the machines work 10% slower, it goes to 0.9, and then we add 10% productivity bonus, which means every machine will be producing 0.99% of the Skience an unmoduled machine would produce, which means we need 1% more machines. So 242.5 about. We got 246, that compensates a bit for the swings. We can keep the belts backed up. So let's use this. And this will go then in here as far as it can go. And I already figured I can put it here. And if I use some of my uncommon quality power poles, maybe I need rare quality power poles. I think I can get rid of the overhang here. Right, I know I can get rid of the overhang here because I already designed this off cam. Just to, I was just playing around a bit with how I was gonna fit it in, but I don't really just want to rip out the blueprint, which I did not make in the stream, so let's at least do a part of it, and we'll skip the boring belt routing with the actual blueprint. So we gotta get rid of these entities over here, which means this power line has got to go, this power line has got to go. We can move this thing to here, and then we can move this thing inside here. This belt does not need to exist anymore because now this grabber grabs from here, so that can go. Means this one can go in here, this belt can go, this belt can go, and now we just don't have space for a power line. But if we make this guy an uncommon power line, this guy I think, suddenly we do have the space to power everything, because this power line covers exactly, it's even bigger than a steel power line, it covers this as well. So there's our use case for the rare quality power line with its 9x9 supply area. Alright, so we gotta get rid of this giant coal belt running straight through the build. The thing is, how many coal belts do we actually need? We used to need 3 coal belts compressed to feed 180 megawatts of steam. And now we got 360 megawatts of steam, which would require 6 coal belts, but of course it's only still 3 boilers worth of coal. I think we gotta look at that power production thing from earlier. Better use the full 10-hour graph. We've had solar panels for over 40 hours now. The ratio should be the same. So I cannot really use the 50 hours because this was all steam and no solar. But I can use the 10-hour because this was completely solar and steam. Steam was 42 megawatts out of 153 total, which is slightly more than a quarter. So of the average production of 153 megawatts, I'll just quickly plop that in a calculator just to see what the exact ratio is. Just give me one sec. 41.8 divided by 159.8 About 26%. Let's say a quarter. We should err on the side of safety. Let's say it's 1/3. So 1/3 of the power is coming from Steam. Let's assume that. If we assume 1/3, that's way too much though. But let's assume 1/3 of power comes from Steam. We would need 6 belts of coal to supply 400 steam engines. Then we need 2 belts of coal to supply 400 steam engines if we also run on solar panels during the day. And because we grossly overshot the percentage of steam power, it's actually closer to 25% rather than 33%. I think we should get away with, if we build like 2 belts of coal in here, we should be good. Even though we have boilers for 3 belts of coal. And steam engines for 6 belts of coal. Right? Yeah, Folgore Discovery is locked behind accumulators, that's correct. It's Glebbe has landfill as a unique prereq, and Folgore has steel power lines and accumulators. And Vulcanus has nothing. You can just go there. Okay, so 2 belts of coal it is then. I specifically changed the title to have more Ks than 3 after the very first comment, even before the stream started, was about the triple K abbreviation. Kind of an oversight on my part. Alright, and then I have to build this with surgical precision. Alright. And now we'll just rip out the blueprint I made in my own time, I suppose, which is this thing. That should align roughly with that, except all the belts are already oriented correctly and whatnot. Also, we've got the... let's just save here. And then I'll force blueprint it on top. Alright, so the belts are all rotated differently here. But if I just place this on top, we've got the gears and the pipes for the engines. With the quality sorters as per usual, so we just send in the regular iron. I said. We just send in the regular iron, put quality modules in the pipe assemblers and in the gear assemblers, as well as in the engine assemblers, and that should eventually come back here through this giant mess of belt braiding over here. Once we get to building this, I will build it in order, so it becomes clear what is doing what and how it exactly works. But this took way too long to design. And I noticed that if I do things on stream, the full design process on stream, I kind of tend to rush things because it's quite boring. So I kind of took the time to fit this in properly, especially because of this choke point here, which is very precise for the amount of belts which need to go through. We won't be building this today though. So let's go back here. But we can prepare this area maybe still. Can we? I don't think we can actually. The battery is really not great anymore. Well, such as van life. Alright. So I guess that's gonna be end of stream save then, which I just made over there. Right, I'm gonna have a long stream either tomorrow or after tomorrow. I will be hooked up to power again, so we'll have unlimited power. It's gonna be a good old long stream. Not sure yet if it's tomorrow or after tomorrow. It kind of depends on the weather. One of the days I want to go running up some mountain, and the other days I'll devote completely to streaming. Kind of have hopes to sneak out tomorrow in the afternoon. If not, I'll start streaming in the afternoon until the late evening as per usual. And then hope for a better weather window on Sunday. It's a bit unstable at the moment. There's a lot of rain in the nights and in the mornings. It's like via ferrata stuff, so it has to be dry. Preferably. Anyway, that's not really that interesting. But I will post it on the Discord tomorrow. The labs look a little bit sad with these 15-second technologies, not gonna lie. It's better to have like a slow technology for that, but I think we saw the labs in action plenty of times now. Unlimited power, yeah. I will place another 6,000 solar panels on my van as well. I'll just hand mount them before tomorrow. But it's cloudy and rainy anyway, so that's not gonna help much. I just need bigger accumulators, man. I need some quality accumulators. Right. Reading back through chat a little bit. It's been a kind of a weird stream with... I'm not really positioned, like stationed in a correct location to freely stream. Tomorrow though, the other stream this weekend is going to be like usual though, no care in the world, unlimited power, unlimited freedom to make sound and all that kind of stuff. And I'll definitely fix the mistake in the title. The science cost is spelled wrong. It should be, of course, 1000 times science cost multiplier. I think the second C should be there. I think Skience is not really readable if it's like this, right? No, that doesn't make sense. We need a Skience cost. Something like this. Skience. It's gonna get worse every stream from now on until it's just a jumbled, unreadable mess now. Are we almost done with quality or not? I think we still need to qualitate a little bit further. How is the red chips doing? This should be almost full now. Okay, this is completely idle. This is completely idle. Just these chests are now filling up the last couple slots. Then that's gonna switch off. How is steel doing? Steel should be doing good. This is one belt of steel. This is one belt of iron into steel, and we still got the red chip belt, I suppose. Has also been working quite nicely. All of this is active. Yeah, I think we're looking good to fake our way to the first blue science projects of advanced oil and advanced material processing without actually building blue science. So the plan then is just to build this, and we'll just disconnect the red chips, take these iron belts, plug them into those gear and pipe things, take the steel, plug that into the engines, like so. Then we'll have engines, and I think we'll have engines for 900 SPM. We have red chips for 900 SPM because we've got all the chips we need in the chests already. And sulfur is like 4 sulfur assemblers, for which we obviously need petroleum gas, which we don't have at the moment, but once red chips stops operating, we're suddenly going to be filling up these tanks again pretty fast, I think. It shouldn't take all that long to produce enough petroleum gas just for the sulfur, which is going to be much less than for... So this was intended to be for advanced oil processing, but we've got the plastics done already for red chips, so that means we only need the sulfur, which is, I think, less than a third of that. So we don't need that, we just need this. Oh, look at that, I can force this pump to pump faster. It's pumping at 191 units, it's almost, this pipe is empty. 191 units because this tank is empty, but I can force this tank to be not empty. Now it's pumping at 900 units a second, which is much better. And I still got the same amount overall in here. Alright, so we can basically like force empty out parts of the reservoir. Can I accidentally delete fluid like this? 10k, so there's like 33k in here. 33k. Okay, you can actually... Oh, I should not mark these for deconstruction then, because that just deletes the fluid immediately. That is weird. Why would it do that though? Alright, marking it for deconstruction empties the fluid. Okay, that is good to know. Yeah, it's empty immediately. Okay, good to know. Let's not do that then. Alright, that's gonna be it for today. So keep an eye on the Discord. I'll post it on there a couple hours before. Or if you have YouTube notifications on, you'll probably get pinged as well. Probably. Those things are always a bit unreliable. But yeah, long stream either tomorrow or Sunday. Thanks for watching today, and I hope I'll see you all next time.